Here you are back at the Olympia in Paris. Can you please briefly tell us what you've been doing since all that time?
Making music is the short answer.
Successfully?
Having fun.
Successfully?
Yes, most of it's been pretty successful. Yeah. In fact, I'm a big star in America.
Oh, good.
I'm a big star now. And that was great. You know what happened? I saw the film La Vie en Rose, and I liked it. Yeah. And there's a scene where Piaf is singing at the Olympia. So I thought, oh man, I've played there with the Beatles. So it just made me want to play there again.
Well, you may not believe or not, but I was at the Olympia in '64. I was 9 years old.
You must have been little.
Yes, 9 years old, and a cousin of mine took me there because she was a fan of Sylvie Vartan. So I can remember Sylvie Vartan. She was blonde. She was singing out of key.
Very pretty.
But I remember the Beatles very well. What are your memories of those concerts?
Well, we thought the French were mad. They basically. Number one, the actual concert itself was boys, and we'd never played to an audience of boys. We had girls. that was good. These were suddenly boys, and the girls screamed, and these boys. Actually, there was a girl. Was your cousin a girl?
Yes, she was a girl.
Oh, well, that was probably the only girl.
I was screaming too.
Seemed like a lot of boys, and then the police, the gendarmes, were beating these boys up for standing up. We're going, no, no, but please, you know. So that was a memory, and then backstage we thought it was very crazy. It was just like a sort of sacred place everywhere else. But in France, you know, in France, since the revolution, you know, everyone can go everywhere. So it was like, wah! It was like outside the door, we'd say, no, photographers, please get them away. So, we can't. They're there, you know, so, but it was great. It was lovely. We got used to it pretty fast. And me and John had been on a special visit to Paris before, so it was a nice return to Paris, which we'd always loved. But
you said somewhere that there were a lot of boys at the Olympia concert because of the cover of that song by the Shirelles that Ringo was singing, you know, Boys?
Boys, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, no, you know, people used to kind of complain about pop song lyrics, and they'd say, oh, you know, some of them are a bit naughty, and Elvis Presley's dancing is sexy. We never saw that. We were, you mean? Sexy? And we hadn't thought of that. So Boys, it was just a good tune. And nobody thought anything of Ringo going, I'm talking about boys. But we never realized a boy talking about boys might be misconstrued. It's just a good song. So we didn't worry about that, you know. But it was good. He did it great. He was good doing it.
As you just said, the first time you came to France was in '61 with John, but by that time you didn't speak any French at all, so did you manage to survive?
Yeah, we survived. We didn't have any hotels booked. We'd hitchhiked across, and we were actually going to Spain, but we liked Paris so much that we stayed, and we forgot about Spain. But we were actually heading for Spain through Paris, because John had been given £100 by a rich relative, which I still maintain is a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
For a present, you know, it's like, that's good, £100. Anyway, but so this was like we'd won the football pools, the lottery or something, you know. And yeah, so we didn't know any. He was supposed to know a little bit of French because he'd done it in school, I hadn't. But it turned out he didn't know any. We knew bonjour, merci. And then we went to Montmartre, and time was running out. We didn't have a hotel, and it was getting late. So we were up in Montmartre, and we saw these women walking up and down a lot. So we said, we'll ask one of them. We said, avez-vous un hôtel pour la nuit?
So the £100 were used.
Avez-vous? Oh, yeah. Well, we actually thought that we were so young and beautiful that one of these women would take us back to her hotel pour la nuit.
And did
they
it
didn't.
No?
No, they didn't. I'm afraid it didn't. We had to find a little flea-bitten hotel. And we got bitten.
You said you were impressed at some point by a French waitress because she had hair under her arm?
Yeah. We had never seen that.
Really?
I mean, you don't see that, you know. And I mean, we thought she was like very old and very mature because we were, John was 21, so that would mean I would be about 19. So she was probably 27. You know, but looked very old and very mature, and she looked very beautiful. She probably wasn't, but she was French, and we said, "Avez-vous un vin ordinaire, s'il vous plaît?" She gave us this terrible red stuff. Ooh, vinegar. You know, that put us off wine for many, many years. But as she handed it to us, she had like hair in her. Whoa, whoa. It brought out the animal in us. And I can remember it clearly to this day.
But speaking about hair, you had this friend Jürgen Vollmer from Hamburg, who was in Paris and who designed your haircut. And it was coming from a Jean Cocteau film, you know?
Yeah.
Testament d'Orphée.
Yeah.
It was a Jean Marais haircut.
Yeah.
Was it a French way to help in the making of the Beatles?
It was, yeah, it was a big help. I mean, we knew Jürgen from Hamburg, and he was a good friend of ours. And we just ran into him on the street. Jürgen, Paris. So we went for coffee or something, talking away. He had his hair sort of like this, you know. It's like later you'd see Paul Weller in the Jam with that one, you know, that early Jam thing. And we said, "Can you cut our hair like yours?" And he said, "No, no, 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 no," because he liked all the rocker, he liked the leather, he liked that stuff. That's what he took pictures of, so he liked us like that. We said, "No, no, no, please, please," you know. He said, "No, no." In the end, he did it, and he cut it. And that was the beginning of the Beatle haircut. We went back to Liverpool, everyone, it's good, this is good. This is modern, it's new. Bloody hell. Nobody was very impressed, but it caught on.
In '65, by the time of Michel, you said that sometimes you were pretending to be French just to pull up girls. How did it work? Like, for example, pretend I'm a French girl.
No.
What would you say?
Well, you know, it was a time of Juliette Gréco, and they all, the Paris scene and the French scene would wear black, and she had long black hair. She looked very sultry, Juliette, you know, and we were like, oh, fancied her like mad. Had no idea whether she had hair under the arms. This didn't matter.
I can tell.
We still don't know to this day.
I can check when I'm back.
Please check. Please check on that one. But so we used to really like that sort of French beat scene. You know, it was bohemian. We thought it was very bohemian. So when I went to these art school parties, John went to art school. So he was a little bit older than me and George. So I would go wearing the black and take a guitar, sit in the corner. You know, I couldn't speak it, but I could sound like it. And then I had this song, ding, 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 doo-dee-doo, that I used to play enigmatically in the corner, hoping that women would come over and say, "You're French, you're mine." But it never happened.